See you both. Mal and Deary, they're keeping their bonuses worth more than $7.3 million. Pretty ordinary.
Well, the timing is not good at all, is it really, Ali? I mean, we're talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Australians who've been impacted in these recent weeks with Medibank and in terms of their data breaches. And we certainly, and I'd like to just reiterate to those customers that we're doing everything that we can at our level to find out what's happened. But this does not look good, Ali.
No, I mean, Jim, the argument here is that bonuses won't be reconsidered until after an external review of the attack next year. I mean, does that fly with anyone?
No, they haven't read the room. And that's the bottom line here, is that I think it's as Mal and Deary says, you know, it's poor timing. I mean, you've got hundreds of thousands of customers whose information has been compromised, and you've got executives going and getting a bonus. No, bad look. Between Optus and Medibank, been really poorly handled. The communication's been ordinary, and certainly now to get bonuses in the current environment, absolutely, it's just totally unacceptable. And it's appalling to look, especially for those customers who are now anxiously awaiting exactly what's on the dark web, what information has been compromised. Poor form.
I mean, some of this information, as we know, is so deeply personal. Some people are still only finding out about it this week as to whether or not their data has been leaked, and I don't know, it's incredibly tone deaf.
Why has it taken so long? Like, this is a hack that happened last month, and they're only finding out now. How about spend the millions of dollars that they're paying the executives in bonuses on actually improving their cyber security? That might be a good start.
And that itself is going to cost about up to $150 million, they're saying. Hey, let's talk Donald Trump, because he has made it official. He is running for president again, making the announcement in a pretty opulent room in Mar-a-Lago, surrounded by family, reporters, and guess what? Who's that? That's Australia's richest person, Gina Rinehart. Hey, Mal and Deary, you'd be pretty excited about the possible return of Trumpy as president, right?
I like the way you put that, Ali. Look, it's a democracy, right? I mean, is it any surprise, seriously? I mean, we've always heard that he's talked about it. This certainly was no surprise. I just know that even with the recent elections, midterm elections in the US, everyone thought with the Republicans that they should have been right up there, and they weren't. That probably gave him more of a draw card to put his hand up. But, you know, the US is a democracy, and clearly we'll be watching. But can I just point out, though, Ali, one of the first things we've done, and certainly through Senator Penny Wong and even with the Prime Minister's visit with the G20, is to reset our relationships right across the world. And we'll no doubt be watching closely what happens in the US.
Hey, at least the next 2 years won't be dull, right, up until the election. Hey, I just want to get to this one before we go, because in news that will surprise no one, Aussies are drinking well before they turn 18. So what might surprise you, though, is 40% of the 14 to 17-year-olds drinking underage are being supplied the booze by their parents. Jim?
Well, you know, it's one of those things where I think parents are being told in this new campaign that the fact that the numbers are decreasing of underage drinking, but parents are being told, despite the pressure of kids, it's okay to say no. I mean, I came through a household. I remember my mother, Mary Lou, sitting around the dinner table and giving us a glass of, give us a tipple of wine as a 15, 16-year-old. I don't think that's any harm. But I think as far as peer group pressure and as far as, basically saying it's, for parents, the pressure on parents to go and actually supply their kids with booze, it's okay to say no. And we certainly did that with our two boys, and I feel very comfortable with that. But I think having the odd tipple and sitting around and saying, right, it's better than actually going down to the park with mates on a Saturday night and getting proverbially drunk. So, yeah, I think certainly the numbers are on the decrease, but for parents this morning, it is okay to say no.
Yeah. Mal and Deary, I debated this one with my mates over the weekend about one of my mates with a 16-year-old wanting her mum to buy her booze for a party. It's tricky, right? And I think, maybe giving them a try of alcohol at home is different to that scenario. The question is,
look, what do you think? Absolutely, Ali. Clearly, as Jim says, a bit of a taste at home while you're just sitting around the dinner table. But this is a different situation. We are seeing way too many young people caught up with alcohol. And look at the time of year that we're hearing this data come through. It's the end of school year. We're going to see schoolies everywhere. I'm here in Brisbane. No doubt the Gold Coast will be full of young people coming here. We've got to make sure our country and our young people are aware of just how alcohol has a negative impact. And don't rush it.
Hey, look, just speaking there of being on the Goldie, right, and booze, we're hearing this morning that locals want to ban schoolies on the Goldie, Malandir.
Well, look, I'll be down there today and I will report back firsthand, Ali, to see what I hear, OK?
I know, good luck. I mean, I remember doing schoolies back...
I don't know how they're going to stop that.
I was,
I'm still getting over it.
Runs on the beach early in the morning is what I was doing.
Yeah, schoolies on the Gold Coast. But I was brought up on the Gold Coast, but I had schoolies on the Gold Coast. I'm still getting over it. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I mean,
it's a little triggering this discussion.
Can we just do that, please? I'm just getting over it.
I'd love to be running on the beach.
Good